Hoodoo and Voodoo. Are they different? Where do they meet? Hi, I'm Elemi from Yeyeo Botanica. Welcome to your spiritual home. And if this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember, our channel's about spiritual lifestyle, everyday rituals, ancestors, and African spirituality. If you're interested in any of those topics, stick around. But first, I want to shout out all my people from New Orleans, Louisiana. Woohoo! Welcome. Today's video is really about talking about just like a sweet, sweet, sweet taste to learn a little bit more about hoodoo and voodoo. Are they different? Where do they meet? So let's get started. So, I have to be honest with you, the term hoodoo is extremely an African-American folk heritage term, because outside of the United States, unless you're really tapped into that, you really don't know what the word hoodoo means. I mean, people don't know what the word hoodoo means, but the word voodoo, they definitely know what that means. They know that it comes from a country. They know that it is the national religion of the country Benin. A lot of people know this. In the United States, a lot of people don't know this. In the United States, people think that voodoo comes only from Haiti, but it came from Benin by way of Haiti, right? So today we're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to give you some sweet tips and information on the differences and where they meet, because hoodoo comes from voodoo. So for those of you who think this is a hot subject, stick around. If this is not for you, we'll see you on the next video. So the term hoodoo, H-U-D-U, comes from the Ewe people, in addition to the term being used by the Fon people in Dahomey in the past. But the Ewe people used the word, and this is in West Africa, H-U-D-U. So hoodoo, H-U-D-U, means spirit work, spiritual work. That's all it means by the Ewe people, right? So we think about when hoodoo, that term H-O-O-D-O-O, was being used by the freed people who were captive here in the New World. They were practicing something that was already natural to them, which is spiritual work. And that spiritual work came by way of people who were captured from Benin, captured from the Yoruba, captured from Nigeria, and brought to the New World. And they practice voodoo, V-O-D-O-U. And sometimes we see it as V-O-O-D-O-O or V-O-O-D-O-U. And that word means spirit. So again, we've got spirit and we've got spirit work. And they all come back to the same place. And hoodoo is really the spiritual aspect, working voodoo in a spiritual way where it's pretty easy. It's easy to enter, and you can just go find different ingredients, and as long as you know how to pray, conjure, will, and this was passed down in many people's families. Oh, if you're having a fever, go get an onion, tie it to your feet or put it on your chest or whatever the case may be. There are a lot of different traditions that have been passed down specifically in African American families that have dealt with spiritual work as a result of using natural ingredients. And these are two of the commonalities between hoodoo and voodoo, right? And both of them, all spiritual work, all conjure work, all workings come from intention. Because in hoodoo, they use natural items such as roots, herbs, different animal parts, porcupine quills, and so on, alligator feet, chicken feet, things like that. In addition to the Bible, using prayer work, using different kinds of prayers to also put and imbue these items with power, or ashe, right? In voodoo, there are things like veves, signatures of the spirits, signatures of the loa, which are very elevated energies, like you would call angels, guardian angels. Different loas oversee different aspects of life, like Papa Legba opening the roads, Papa Gede, who is the overseer of the cemetery and people who have passed on, La Sirene, the mermaid of the ocean, and we could go on and on, right? In voodoo, they have divination, where the spirit, the loa, it is called, gives guidance to humans, right? Whether it be through reading or through direct possession. In hoodoo, they don't really show possession in the same way. Again, two different systems. One, there's no initiation required per se, and the other one, there is. In voodoo, there's initiation in different levels of priesthood, different levels of practice. In hoodoo, there can be certain rites, but overall, it's something open to anyone. So I wanted to show you an item. High John root. I did a High John root video. Definitely encourage you to watch that because I showed you how to do some ritual work with High John root. But this one is a High John candle. Again, these Spirit in You candles are just fantastic. This one is for victory, success, and domination. And so you can use the root, but this is just a candle, but just because it's easier to see on camera, where you can see High John the Conqueror, but High John root is thought of to be one of the most powerful roots in the world. And High John is a freed slave who became very powerful and was there to will and to help and to protect people. And so again, I'm not going to get into the whole story about High John, but this is an item that is used, huge, High John and Low John, in hoodoo and not in voodoo, right? Then things like frankincense and myrrh, which we call church incense, right? Frankincense and myrrh, which we call church incense, is used both in hoodoo and in voodoo. Burning of candles, used in both. The veneration of the saints, used in both. Dealing with things like amulets, used in both. However, in hoodoo, we see more amulet use and putting together of packets like mojo bags, bags that you imbue it with whatever purpose. It could be a mojo bag for money. It could be one for general luck. It could be across the board. It could be for protection and so on. In voodoo, they use different things, but not oftentimes small bags that people carry around as much as is done in the United States. Also, voodoo is something that may be in a family and people become initiated or go through some rites to be using various titles, hugongs, mambos, and so on. But in hoodoo, it's these things, the traditions are passed down. Grandma did it. She taught it to auntie, taught it to the mom. It could be different kinds of homeopathic remedies, different ways to take spiritual baths, all of these different things. So again, I wanted to share with you that we think that some of these things are very different. It's unfortunate that the word voodoo has gotten a really bad rap, has become demonized all throughout the world, not just in the United States. That term has become very demonized. However, the word hoodoo, some people say, oh, well, I hooded you, right? This is a very old term. I hooded you, right? It's kind of like I jinxed you, or I put a spell on you. And that word was used interchangeably, right? So we hear these terms a lot, but remember, it's all based on intention. A person can use the Bible and uplift someone's life, but they can use the Bible and destroy someone's life as well. The same thing with using a lot of different spiritual tools. It's all about your intention. If your intention is good, then that is in line with the universe and the source. If your intention is not good, it is out of line with the universe and the source. So I hope you got some ideas in this video. Again, this video is to kind of open your eyes and maybe have you do a little research on your own. But definitely comment below. I want to hear your comments and hear from you. And see you next time. Ashe, ashe, ashe.